Last week we did some work on multiplying fractions, and we did things like 2 times 2/5, so that's 2 lots of 2/5 would be 4/5. And remember, the reason it's 4/5 is because we've got 2 lots of 2/5. So there's 2/5. We've got 2 lots of that. So the size our bars are split into, the size of the slices isn't changing, so it's still fifths, but we've now got 4 of them, not 2 of them, 2 lots of 2/5. And we had some that was a bit more like this, 3 lots of 4/7. So we've got 3 lots of 4/7. So we've still got sevenths, we've just got 3 lots of 4/7. So 3 times 4 is 12. And some of you notice that what you end up doing with these is you multiply the whole number by the numerator. What we're going to do today is we're going to look at what happens when we do something like a quarter multiplied by a half. So these numbers now are both fractions. So how can we think about that? Well, the first thing is, let's think about our quarter. There's my quarter. Now I want to multiply that by a half, which means I want half of that. Look at the diagram. I want half of that quarter. So that's really going to help me, because that's going to help me realise what half of that quarter is. Now if you look at the picture, I've got 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 out of 8. Have a look at those numbers. What do you notice? Next, we're going to try 2/3 lots of 3/5. So, first of all, we're going to think about our thirds. So we'll split the diagram into thirds. There's our thirds. Now we're talking about 2/3. Now what we want is we want 3/5 of that. So we're going to split our diagram into fifths, because that's going to help us. And think very carefully. We want 3/5 of that 2/3. So the red section is the 2/3, and we want 1, 2, 3/5 of that. This is fifths because there's 5 bits. So we want 3/5 of that 2/3. Now let's look at what we've now shaded. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now don't forget, when you're answering on your Hegarty, you will need to simplify your answers. What can I divide 6 and 15 by? I can divide them both by 3 to simplify my answer. That'd be 2/5. So 2/3 of 3/5, or 3/5 of 2/3, you can say it either way around, is 2/5. Now, that was a really quick explanation of how we multiply fractions. And what I would like to go and do now is start Hegarty Maths clip 68. The final couple of questions are pretty tricky. Don't worry about them too. Just try and start at question 1 and see how far you can get. Finish the quiz and I'll have a look at your percentage. Within this quiz, what you're doing is you're multiplying fractions. 3/5 multiplied by 1/8. Now what you might notice, watch Mr. Hegarty's video as well, but you might notice there's another way to think about it. You don't have to always draw pictures. Watch Mr. Hegarty's video and see if you can work out a way you could do it without relying on the pictures. This one, for instance, would be 3/40. Have a look at it. How do you think I've got those numbers? Go and watch Mr. Hegarty's video to help you as well, and then complete Hegarty Maths Clip 68. Have a good day.